Julie Durand, a digital law expert. Thank you for joining us today to discuss the legal aspects of artificial intelligence. Good evening, counselor.
Good evening.
Open source AI is at the center of many debates. Could you explain some of the legal and economic implications of its use?
Of course. Open source AI presents a unique duality. On one hand, the source code is freely accessible, which theoretically broadens its reach. But this openness comes with complexities. First, open source licenses differ widely. For example, the MIT license is very permissive, while the GPL comes with strict conditions, particularly for commercial use. Understanding these legal distinctions is crucial. Secondly, the financial aspect is often underestimated. Running advanced AI models demands significant infrastructure, and costs can escalate quickly, making large-scale usage prohibitive for some organizations. Finally, there are indirect costs, such as the technical expertise needed to implement, customize, and maintain these models, as well as ongoing maintenance and updates.
These points raise concerns about precautions. What are the main legal risks in using AI?
There are several. First, liability is a central issue. Who is accountable if an AI system causes harm? The developer, the user, or the company deploying the system? Next, data privacy is a key concern, particularly in Europe with the GDPR. AI systems often handle vast amounts of personal data, raising questions around compliance, consent, and transparency. Intellectual property is also tricky. Using copyrighted data to train AI models may lead to infringement claims. Plus, the legal status of AI-generated works remains unclear in many jurisdictions. Lastly, algorithmic bias and potential discrimination pose significant legal and ethical risks, which could lead to civil rights lawsuits.
Speaking of intellectual property, what are some key international cases in this area?
A few recent rulings are shaping the legal landscape. In the U.S., the 2021 Thaler v. Hirschfeld case was pivotal. The court ruled that AI cannot be listed as an inventor on a patent application, affirming that only natural persons can be inventors under current law. In contrast, in China, a Shenzhen court in 2019 recognized copyright protection for an AI-generated article, as long as there was human involvement in the process. In Europe, we haven't seen significant AI-specific case law yet, but the courts tend to align with the U.S.'s cautious stance. These differences highlight the need for international legal harmonization.
Europe is working on the AI Act. Can you elaborate on its potential impact?
The European AI Act is a groundbreaking initiative that could reshape AI regulation worldwide. It adopts a risk-based approach, classifying AI systems according to their potential risk levels. High-risk systems will face strict requirements on transparency, robustness, human oversight, and traceability. Certain practices, like large-scale social scoring, will be banned, while others, like chatbots, will have to meet transparency requirements. In the short term, this will increase compliance costs for companies developing or deploying AI, which could slow down some innovations. However, in the long run, Europe could position itself as a leader in ethical and trustworthy AI, giving it a competitive edge, much like the GDPR did for data protection. And as with GDPR, the AI Act may have a global impact, influencing industry standards beyond Europe.
These developments spark many questions. How do you see the future of law in relation to these technological challenges?
AI poses an unprecedented challenge to our legal systems. We're at a crossroads between technological innovation and core legal principles. The future of law in this space will require interdisciplinary collaboration. Lawyers, technologists, ethicists, and policymakers will need to work together to build adaptive and effective regulatory frameworks. New branches of law tailored to AI may emerge, much like digital law. Legal training will need to evolve to include a deeper understanding of AI technologies. Lastly, AI regulation will demand increased international cooperation. The challenges AI presents transcend borders, making coordinated global approaches vital to preventing legal conflicts and safeguarding fundamental rights in the AI era.
Thank you very much, Professor, and see you soon for the next show.